Okay, so I want to do a video on spirituality, the chosen ones. If you feel like you're chosen, if you're not sure, but I also want to say that if you know, you know. Um, like kind of a real, not real, a different perspective, kind of my perspective, kind of give you some pointers just from some real ass shit, like to let you know that it's not you. Because 9 times out of 10, the people in your life are not going to let you know that there's nothing wrong with you. They will do everything to actually convince you that there is something wrong with you and that you should change your ways, completely scrap who you are, and be more aligned with how they are or how they want you to be, which is usually or always 9 times out of 10 it's always going to be just at this lower level of who you actually are. um so that's what I'm here to discuss with you, if that's okay. um I just want to say, like, bitch, it's nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. It's them people. It's absolutely them people. They don't know themselves. What they do know of themselves, they don't like it. They wake up every single day unhappy, unsatisfied, not feeling full of themselves. When you get to a point where you are full of yourself in the best way, you get a high off of yourself, you're excited for yourself and your growth and happiness and other people and peace and spirituality. When you are full off of that, what a narcissist entertains or what those other people entertain, you won't even you won't have an understanding for it. Like, you won't get it at all. It will be so distant from your own mindset. At the same time, when you get a chance to sit with yourself and you get rid of all that noise, and I hope you are getting to or will get to a point where you just completely distance yourself, you will absolutely see everything crystal clear. There's not going to be one incident, one interaction, one conversation, one person, one location that you won't be able to pinpoint and see how it ties into your journey. That is a fucking superpower, okay? That's a superpower. That level of discernment and clarity, being so full off of that, knowing that you're easily able to identify people for their intentions, opportunities, like everything. And then you will have such a deeper understanding for your existence, for your life. There's no way it will be just a wake up, go to work, come home, feed the kids. Like, it will not be that. I feel like spiritual people can't even live that normal, expected life that everybody else can. I feel like you'll have to have the life of, like, isolation, or like that gypsy kind of drifter kind of energy. Maybe that's just me. I have a son who's 19, and I don't feel that I could ever get married and get a house in one state or city, and then just settle down and then just go to work every day and then just come home and kiss my husband and I can't do that. I don't see myself doing that. Well, I can't see myself doing that right now, at least. I just want to reassure you, and I'm talking to spiritual people. I'm not talking to shit eaters. I'm not talking to you if you are a piece of shit and you're just not willing to be honest with yourself. If you are a complete piece of shit, I'm not talking to you. If people can't trust you alone in the room with their purse or their kids or whatever, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to spiritual people who people keep trying them. You keep shitting on them. You keep getting in the way of their opportunities. You keep doing things to dim their light because you don't want other people to see it. People see that shit. So those are the people that I'm talking to. I'm talking to y'all because a lot of the shit that got me in trouble, I ain't gonna say trouble, that got me into situations with people, was me thinking that people were like me. And that's okay too. Do not beat yourself up for that, because you are a human. You are living a human experience. But that was a big thing for me. I kept being like, well, I know I've made mistakes, so this, I can give grace and be aware that this person has made mistakes too. So I'm not gonna push them out of my life. I'm not gonna do that. But those things are what actually, in the end, being what contributed to me questioning myself, having periods of low self-worth and low self-esteem just from all of that abuse, because that's what that is. Nobody don't want to say it. People hate that word, or people want to say, well, people are getting punched downstairs and they're being handcuffed in basements. Yes, this stuff is happening too. That is abuse. But your family, your friends abusing you, verbally abusing you, attacking you every day, projecting onto you, that's abuse too. That is abuse, okay? And that shit absolutely contributes to how you see yourself if you don't realize what's going on. Or if you do realize what's going on and you stay in that, you are actually creating your own karma. You creating that shit for yourself. And a lot of us, and I say us because it's me every day too, but every day I'm aware of my journey and my day and my interactions. And that's such a beautiful part of this journey that I don't know if a lot of people don't experience, but I don't really see a lot of people talking about it, like the magic in it. So you need to get by yourself. Even if you're a young person, you're a teenager, you need to make plans to be completely independent of your family, of your hometown, of the people you used to know. People are going to circulate in and out of your life, and you need to have your discernment on high. So if you're in a season of isolation or in another, because I'm on, like, I've lost count at this point, but I'm okay with it because I always know what it means once this season is over. And the feeling that I have now is so different from any of the feelings I've had before because I already know what to expect. The preparation here is for me to do. All the signs, all the synchronicities, all the experiences, all the people, all the cycles. I'm actually in a repeating cycle. So it's 2023. I'm actually, in a way, repeating 2021. I have a lot of themes from 2021 that I'm repeating because I am getting a chance to do them over, to do them a different way, because the last awakenings that I've gone through have prepared me for right now. And I also used to be so afraid for a long time to get on YouTube and put myself out there and say things like that, because I'm like, I know how people treat me with just a little bit that I show them. So I can't fully come out and show people ever who I truly am. Like, ever. There's nobody on this earth that truly has experienced me fully, because there's always insecurities that pop up, and insecurities are healthy, but the people that come into my energy or come around me have, or they develop such insecurities that they begin to put me in danger. They want to embarrass me. They just become my enemy. I don't become nothing to them because I be chilling, but they make themselves an enemy. And it's gotten to a point where I don't feel bad for you anymore. I'm not going to sit and pray for you. I think it's pathetic. I think you are pathetic. I think you look pathetic. I have empathy still. I'm still going to give you grace not to really do what I could do. I'm not going to do that because that's not in me. That's not of me. That's not why all the magic, because that's what it is, and all the light in me, that's not what it's used for. But I do know my power. So if I ain't somebody to play with, I just want to be there for chosen ones. And I especially want to be there for, like, young women, or all women, black girls, black women. If you're super attractive, if people just are naturally, attracted to you and your magnetism is high, that's who I'm talking to. That's who I'm talking to, because shit is hard and you add shit and shit gets piled on, and you know, you're talented and maybe you've got a great body and maybe you are great when you speak to people and people turn to you for advice. People see that and that just builds something inside of them, or it turns whatever insecurity on in them. And that is not your burden to carry. That is not your problem. It is only your job to identify it and keep it the fuck away from you, because people will go to extremes to hurt you. I promise you. Like, the embarrassment is one level. The attempt to always embarrass you or undermine you, that will shine so bright. That will become such a theme in your life. But the level of hurting you, stopping your financials, trying to interrupt your well-being, interrupt stability for you, when it gets taken to those levels, you're gonna see. And I hope you can reference what I'm saying to you and know, like, it's so important for me to distance myself. Become as independent as you can, spiritually, financially, emotionally. I'm not saying become void of just people in your life and just completely isolate yourself to where you're not even experiencing life and you're not experiencing opportunities to deal with triggers and different people, and use your discernment, because that's what you want to do. You pray for the discernment. You also pray for the ability to use it outwardly and to inspire other people. But also with chosen ones, it's going to get to a point where you're not going to be able to hold conversations with everybody. Right now, I can't think of one person that I can call on the phone and I can have a conversation about spirituality about or with. I cannot do that. There is not one person, past, present. There's not one person that I can do that with. I don't know anyone like me. I've never met anybody like me. And I just want to let you know that there are more of them than there are of you, realistically. I don't know if everybody's in one state or another country, but just my experience, and I've moved to a few states, not one or two states. I've moved around. I could move around more, but there are more of them than there are of us. So I don't know what you want to do with that information, but with that information, I keep to myself, because people are so envious and so jealous and so empty inside. And that can be okay. But again, it is completely up to you to see it and be like, that's not going to help you, because it's not going to help you. You don't want to play the person that's going to fix everybody. I want to fix everybody. I want to save everybody. You don't get that out your head. That's not going to get you anywhere. Being nice, that's the thing that everybody likes to talk about, being nice. As an empath, as a chosen one, because that whole, that trifecta may be attractive. You may be an empath, you may be a chosen one, which I feel like it's all encompassed in one anyway. You have this light. Your frequency is so high. All these really powerful, magical things. People see that, I promise you they want to hurt you. I have so many stories as far as dates, relationships, close family, immediate family, co-workers, complete strangers, Uber drivers, old managers, bosses. They go out of their way and they stay up at night and throughout their day, and they calculate ways to try to take away what you have or stop what you have or could have. I promise you, it's never, oh, it's just a coincidence that just happened. I promise you, they're planning it out, because they've been talking about it. They've been trying to convince people. When it gets to the point where they can't convince anymore, now they have to step in and they have to go above and beyond to make what they've been saying and some sort of interaction or scenario. They have to make it happen. And it's going to happen at your expense every time. So be fully aware and don't put yourself in those situations. There is not one day that they stay up and they feel bad. There's not one day. There is not one day that they stay up and they feel bad. And that's not to say that they don't love you. I don't know that I can fully say that. I can say that you and them don't love the same. It's not the same level of love because it's not the same frequency. You guys are absolutely on completely different spectrums of this experience. So you're not going to be able to relate. And like I said, you will go out into the world and see that there are a lot of people that you do not relate to, that you cannot talk to. And as your frequencies and your spiritual awakenings, which is also very important, and your seasons of isolation, and just your frequency, as it gets higher and higher, that hate, those people, those experiences, they're going to become more frequent, and they're going to become more intense. So becoming independent and having a place to stay, having means of transportation, having your own money, if you are fired, having an understanding that everything is for a reason. First of all, don't seek anything outside of yourself. Don't let nobody convince you, even me. Have your own experiences, do your own research within your heart and who you are, your soul, and figure out the truth in that. I always say, find the truth in your journey, find the truth in your experience, and when you find the truth, it's going to lead you to everything else that's great for you. If it's the truth, if you are lying to yourself and you're trying to convince yourself and other people, you're just gonna spin. It's going to be the same thing. It's going to be the same cycle. You didn't learn. You're not being honest. You're not being real. And again, that's for chosen ones. That's people on a journey. You don't maybe realize what's going on, or it's very early and you're questioning things, or you have the family that has made you the black sheep and scapegoat. And again, not because you steal out everybody's purse when they're cooking in the kitchen. It's because they see your light and they cannot handle it. They already have to live with you every day. They have to see the way you think. They have to be the first ones to hear your ideas and see your emotions. So that is a lot for them to handle, or to attempt to handle every day. They will be the first people to hurt you and to pick and prod at you and test your levels and see how far they can take it. And your love is different from their love, and the way that you love is different from the way that they love. So you're not always going to immediately catch it, but you will know that something's different and something's off. You're going to know. So just be so aware of that. At all times, be aware of that, because that's going to save you in so many situations. That has saved my life in situations. I don't tell anybody but my son, and I don't know that I'll ever elaborate on a lot of the experiences, but I should be a few times. I should not be here, but I am, because also everything happens for a reason. But to anybody else, like, anybody else is in that situation, I don't think they would make it. I also think, like, I'm powerful and I'm really protected, and not I think I know, I'm really protected. And again, I have seen some things, because they know how to talk to me. They know what to send me. They know what will get me to listen. And I have seen some things, and that's why magic is a big thing to me. Your superpowers, all that is very real, because I have seen it with my own two eyes. So, chosen people, don't be discouraged. You are not the bad person. You are not the villain. The shit is fun, though. It's fun, because you're going to learn that it does not matter what people say about you. It does not matter their feelings, their opinions, how many people they get on their side. And that's another thing that you will notice. They will have to rally so many people on their side, because everything is based off of an insecurity. So that's only going to take them so far. You will thrive, and you will still be great, and your voice will be heard. You're going to shine through. You don't have anything to worry about. When you go deep inside and you dig deep and you see, there is something there, and I'm not weird, I'm not wrong, I'm not a bad person, I'm not full of myself. It's none of that. You are chosen. You are special. You are picked out. And don't get to a point to where you can't even say that out loud, because that is a thing for me, and that's why it's so easy for me to speak on this, because I am just now getting to a point where everything is so crystal clear. It has always been, but I can say things out loud. I can say it. I can feel it. without thinking like, oh, somebody's going to think this about me. I don't want them to. Unapologetically myself. And it's the best feeling. And I can say that I'm a chosen one, and I can say that I'm special, and I can say that I am different from everybody in the best way. And the experiences that I get to experience and the people that I get to come across is magic for real. So I wouldn't trade this for anything, but I'm also going to use my voice and my experiences to let other people know that you're going to have hardships, a lot of them. And again, because there are more of them than there are of us. But don't let that deter you from digging deep down and living in your spirituality, living in your chosen path and your lifestyle, because it becomes your life and it's something beautiful. And I promise those attacks are because people see that. They would give their left fucking tit half the time to spend 24 hours as you. So just remember that. And I'm not trying to fuel your ego, because also your ego is your friend. It's not your enemy. You just have to, again, use discernment and really know yourself to know when to pull certain themes out of yourself. That's going to help you along your journey and help you to where everything does not feel like an attack. That shit will actually just begin to backfire on them, and your power is going to shine through. So just don't be discouraged. Fuck them people. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with you, bitch. There's nothing wrong with you. It's them. They are insecure. They are small in their soul. And you don't celebrate that. You wish things were different from them. But don't use your wishes and your prayers on people that are not invested in doing work. Use it on yourself. Use it on the people that you're supposed to use it on. Use it on the experiences that you're supposed to use it on, because that shit is magic and that is your superpower.